This is the Gen X Taste Podcast. I'm Christy Myers.
And I'm Lynn Chen, and welcome to our seasonal show about nostalgia and novelty, an exploration of embracing the evolution. This is our spring 2026 show. I know that May is cutting it close to summer, but we made it. So I'm really happy that we were able to to hold tight to our promise to do a seasonal show. So this is our spring show. Christy, what's been
Got
going
it in
on?
just under the wire.
I mean, we're pretty much like I'm in summer mode already thinking, but if I'm gonna think back to what spring has been like, unfortunately, I would have to say that I've been sick for most of it, which is
I
also what
know.
my winter was like. So, bummer. uh and also like I had like a classic flu slash cold,
Yeah.
which I did not have during the winter. During the winter I had a back problem. So yeah, it's like I'm still just catching. I can't wait to find out what kind of ailments start to hit me in the summer, but
None. You're
this
going to get a break. You're going to get
oh,
like that summer reprieve.
I don't know about that, Christy. I don't know. I don't know if that's my
Positive thinking.
if that's my life these days, if that's the course of my health. But that said,
Oh.
I do want to give I do want to give a good health update. Last we talked on this podcast, I was just beginning my bean journey.
Yes.
And you had never heard about it.
No.
When I talked about it, I had all my girlfriends who were also going through perimenopause were all like, "Okay, Lynn, I'm going to do this," and have since converted a number of them also
Really?
to the bean side. I even
Okay.
have one friend who um she said like I'm like, "Girl, you can make beans," but she's like buying them in jars every day. I'm
Oh,
like,
wow.
yeah, like the jovial kind that you can buy." She says she gets
Yeah.
them at Sprouts on sale, but I'm like, that is a lot more money than you need to be spending on beans. You do realize they are one of the cheapest things ever. But
Yeah.
she swears by them. She loves them so much and has been sleeping and has so much more energy. I have other friends who've also had a lot of good results from it. For
Mhm.
myself, I have definitely reaped the benefits, the benefits. Mostly, I will say I have to the bad news is I have to eat the full 2 cups or else I
Mm.
don't feel as good as I can. Like
Mhm.
I thought I could do 1 cup. I thought I could even do 1.5 cups.
Mhm.
Not true. Not true. I have to do the full 2 cups because I've experimented, and that is really not the greatest because it is still difficult for me to work in 2 full cups, especially when I'm, like, on the road or when I wanna go out to eat or whatever. Like, it's really difficult to fully get in the 2 cups, but I find that I don't feel like all like my perimenopausal symptoms, the general fog of perimenopause comes back, which is for me like tired, moody, like bloated, all of that stuff. It all comes back if I don't get the full 2 cups.
Now,
So,
question for you. I have to ask. So,
yeah.
because I've been doing research since I found out about this.
Yes,
So,
and I would love your actual expertise explaining this because I sound like a like a like a cult leader or something.
I really would enjoy this cult though that you're talking about. Like in my mind, your cult is like you get a farm and everybody grows beans and then you have big bean cooking parties like with a huge pot over a fire out back and maybe people dance around and sing around the bean fire. Question for you is, are you eating them? And we talked a little bit about this last time, but are you eating them plain? Or are you putting them like, are you doing like half a cup into something? Are you doing soups? I know you're blending them
I am
sometimes.
not eating them plain. I am
Okay.
eating them mixed into things. So into soups, into salads. I turn them into dips.
Mhm.
Um, I even throw them into a Ninja Creamy.
Mhm.
I even make like little baked goods out of them.
Mhm.
So no, I'm not eating them straight up. I will. Okay, so before you tell us the nutrition stuff, I
Mhm.
do have to say, and you know
Mhm.
this already, that I, for the very first time ever as an adult, do not have high cholesterol. And
Mhm.
it's hereditary in my family. And
Mhm.
I could not believe it when I got those blood tests back and all levels were normal.
Mhm.
There's no other reason. There's absolutely no other reason other than the beans. I can't
Yeah.
think of any. Why would for 30 plus years
Mhm.
I never have not have high cholesterol
Mhm.
despite egg whites, despite like the only other last time it happened was when I had a statin.
Yeah.
Um so I'm thrilled about just
Yeah.
that. I
Yeah.
don't know if I need the full 2 cups to get that to happen, but we're not
For
gonna
that
find out
particular part of it,
yeah,
right.
we're not gonna find out anytime soon because I do enjoy the not being a moody, whiny, um, achy person. So I'm going to continue with the 2 cups so far as it is in my control.
And how long did you get like, just so that our listeners remember, because I
Mhm.
think it's important. How long did it take you after you started eating the 2 cups of beans consistently before you stopped being whiny, moody,
Mm.
perimenopause, crazy?
I'd say it was probably because the first week I started slow. I was not up to full 2 cups, so I wasn't up to full 2 cups until I'd say 3 or 4 weeks into it, and
Mhm.
then I'd say it took about a week. So
A
probably
week. Okay, that's
a
not
month and a
bad.
half.
Okay.
Well, that was when I was like, I'm not somebody who gets too upset. I mean, I traditionally am someone who gets really obsessive about food and things like that. But because I have that history, I try not to, I purposefully do not track, do not other than 2 cups. I'm just all over the place right now. But basically, I I wasn't like writing down like a food diary by any
Mhm,
means. I
mhm.
wasn't like being like day 1, 1.5 cups. But what I did, I did have to keep track of how many beans I was eating. So
Mhm.
that I did keep track of. But it wasn't until it would be like this thing where I was just like, huh, I'm sleeping. Huh, feel pretty good. Like it was just like when you go through every single day feeling
Mhm.
like sort of sick in some
Mhm.
way,
Mhm.
when you don't feel that way, it's noticeable,
Mhm.
So like it
Mhm.
was more of just like oh, it's been a few days. This is not just a fluke.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
similarly, when I would
Mhm.
reduce the amount of beans,
Mhm.
that's when I would like, I'd say it'd be a 3 or 4, 5 days. And then I'd be like, oh, I'm not happy right now.
You're not optimal.
I'm not optimal. I feel it. Yeah. Like, cause
Mm.
it comes right back. In fact, yesterday
Yeah,
I only got 1.5 cups and I feel it today.
you do.
I
You feel
do.
it even the next day.
I feel it today.
What do you
Yeah.
feel?
I'm feeling a general like a flu. That's what it feels
Yeah.
like. It feels like
Mm.
I have like a general flu, like I'm coming down with something
Mhm.
or I'm getting better from the flu. Like just not like full-fledged, but
Mhm.
like something is here. And
Mhm.
that's my general perimenopause feeling, I feel like. Is
M'kay.
like just enough not good to make it
Yeah.
so that I'm like I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
I don't wanna leave
Yeah.
my house. I don't wanna leave these pajamas
Yeah.
because I don't feel good.
Yeah. I hear that.
Tell us why why is this why is this happening? Why is my cholesterol down? Why do I feel less moody and icky?
So I think like I've been doing a lot of the research behind the reason that she put this together, and a lot of it had to do with her daughter's symptoms.
This is the woman
For
who
some
started the bean protocol diet.
Yeah, Hurd is her
Karen
name. Karen
Hurd,
Hurd.
maybe, I think is her name. Yeah, I can
Karen, if you're
check that
listening to
in.
this, I'm sorry if I butcher some of this, but I'm going to try and put it in layman's terms here. But
There she is,
um,
Karen Hurd. Yes.
yeah, Karen Hurd. And she was talking about, some health problems that her daughter was facing and trying to find a way to kind of go back to a much simpler way of eating. And her whole protocol, I think you mentioned this the last time we talked, was also like no processed sugar, like, keeping a very clean diet outside of just the beans and adding the beans in as kind of an intense fiber that is going to help flush out toxins, right? Help clean out the digestive tract, which then helps the liver clean out, which then allows toxins to rid themselves. And it's really pretty, as we get into perimenopause, one of the things is increasing our fiber so that our bowels move, so that the digestive tract works the way it should in order to help produce the hormones and maintain levels that we are supposed to have. It also helps with, bringing down cholesterol because fiber bonds with the cholesterol and flushes it out. And when your digestive tract is clean and has all those friendly little digestive bugs in there, you have a much easier time processing and eliminating. So, so it makes sense because when the liver is clean, and one of the I was just reading another article that's completely unrelated to this that was talking a lot about hormonal fluctuations and all of the things that the liver does and how important the liver is in perimenopause. And it gets clogged as we get older and as our lifestyle and stress and hormones and sugar and caffeine and alcohol and all that kind of stuff and excess fat and beans, having that level of fiber from the beans in that way helps to clean that liver out.
Hmm.
Right. So, and then on the other hand, it's giving all of this really good material for our probiotics and our prebiotics and all the little tiny microorganisms that live in our digestive tract. This is the kind of food that they want. This is the kind of roughage that they want. So it makes them really strong and healthy. And so they're able then to produce all of the things that we need to produce in our gut to feel good in our brain. Right. So that gut brain
Mm.
access that we talk about that has to do with that. But it also does help your immune system as well, right? Because it strengthens your digestive tract, and so your immune system should increase, and you should feel better that way. Um, so it makes a lot of sense. So I think the interesting thing here, and the thing I've been thinking about for myself and also for clients, is that I don't typically tend to be somebody who digests beans super well. They kind of make me feel heavy, and I get a little bloated and gassy, which is not something I want to get more of. um, but I'm wondering how that would decrease as time went on. And I'm also wondering how the way that I prepare them, how that might affect that.
Mm.
So typically, I would say to clients who have trouble digesting beans to cook them in an instant pot or a pressure cooker. Right. Instant pot's easy because it's electric and you can, just set it and go, but you could do in a pressure cooker as well. And that softens the fibers of the beans enough to be able to digest them a little bit better.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if doing that and also cooking them in, I know she says don't put anything in them, right? And that has to do with the ability to draw those toxins out. But I'm wondering if cooking them in a broth or putting a little bit of apple cider vinegar in them or something like that to help the digestibility at first might work. So I'm
I have
curious.
started to I always pressure cook, but I wasn't
Mhm.
soaking,
Mhm.
and because I do fart quite a bit,
Even
I
now.
even now, yeah,
Okay.
um, I I I have started to, try to eliminate a little a little bit of that by soaking them.
Mhm.
I don't really I'll be honest, I don't really see a difference, but
Yeah.
because I've been going up and down between 1.5 to 2 cups,
Yeah.
I do notice when I ramp it up again, like, even if it's only been a week, my
Yeah.
body definitely this is such a TMI episode so far. I definitely am going to the bathroom so much
Yeah.
that, like, to the point where I'm like, "Enough. I'm we got it." And then it mellows out after a few days.
And
Um
it is, I mean, like, if you talk to, if you look at what is supposedly normal is that you're supposed to go to the bathroom after you eat something. You know what I mean? Like, there's supposed to be enough fiber and everything that after you technically, if you're eating 3 times a day, you should be going to the bathroom 3 times a
Well,
day.
the skin around that area is not designed for this during perimenopause. Let's just say that, okay? Let's just say that this is not an ideal situation for
No, I get that.
anyone
No, I
to
know.
be having that happen, especially anyone without a Japanese toilet. All right, I'm done.
It's true.
I'm done talking. Too much. My main update is that even though lungs are not doing great, cholesterol
Yes. So
amazing,
I'm
and
I
in
also
general,
just
mood good,
and what
energy
you were
good.
saying, you also mentioned though, I think this is important. Can you mention what did go up a little bit?
Oh, my potassium was weird, but then it was normal. There was something
Your
else.
blood sugar.
Oh, my blood sugar. Yeah, my blood sugar went up.
So that is the thing that I will just say too is that that makes sense, right? Because you're eating a lot more carbohydrate than you might have been before. So that makes a lot of sense. So it's just we talked about this. It's just like going for a walk after the meal or increasing your activity level during the day to be able to counter that blood sugar
Yeah, and it's good to
spike.
just take a little walk after
It's great.
eating
Yeah,
anyway.
absolutely.
So
Yeah.
it's been that's been when I remember a good
Mhm.
a good thing for me to be doing. So
Yeah.
feeling beanerific. Um I just need to figure out what to do travel wise. Um and going out to eat wise. But usually what I end up doing is I just try to front load the beans earlier in the day when I have control. And
Uh-huh.
if that does mean like I must eat the full 2 cups before noon, I will do it. I know.
That is commitment.
I know, but at the same time, I'm like, "You know what? Like, listen, if I'm, like, eating oatmeal with beans and then, like, followed by, a piece of toast with a bean spread, I can simplify that just by eating
Mhm.
1.5 cup of beans." Like, it just becomes a lot 1.5 cup of beans, and then while I, like, pitter-patter around out in the world, I can just bring edamame with me. There you go, done.
Yeah, that's
Simple.
smart. That's smart.
It's all done, and then I don't have to think about it the rest of the day, and I can eat, out normally like everyone else and without pulling a bag of edamame out of my bag, uh, or whatever it is. But, yeah, I do luckily beans are everywhere. But do
Mhm.
you know what isn't everywhere? Are fucking pressure cooked beans. Um,
Right.
so that is the issue. But you know what? Luckily, I don't have to worry about this for a little bit. I'm not traveling for at least another few months, and so I'll deal with it that week when I'm away from my full 2 cup. I'm already feeling bad for everyone I'm gonna have to work with that week.
Hopefully, they don't listen to this episode before.
I know there's
You'll know if they have. I'm wondering if there's an enzyme. I'm wondering if
Oh,
there's a
yes, I'm
way to,
sure,
like.
I could Beano this situation. Also,
Yeah.
I read somewhere that
Yeah.
taking Pepto the day
Uh-huh.
before will eliminate smells.
Really?
The smell part. I'm totally talking out of my butt right now. And this is like something that AI probably some AI slop I read. Let me Google this really quickly and let Pepto uh eliminate gas odor. And of course, AI is telling me, yes, it effectively reduces gases odor by binding to sulfur compounds in your digestive tract. I'm just gonna trust that wherever I had read that originally was not AI slop, and and that might be true. I don't know. I have not taken Pepto since I was a wee child. I don't even know if Pepto is gluten-free safe. Um,
Oh, that's a great question,
I don't
actually. I
even
wonder.
know. So, these are things I'm gonna have to get stay tuned for more
Yeah, we're gonna
really
have to find some
exciting
enzymes that
bean.
are gluten-free safe and see.
Yeah, because I have tried taking those, like, regular digestive enzymes,
Mhm,
the more natural kinds. It's not helping.
mhm.
It's
It
not it's
doesn't
not
work.
well, I don't think it's designed for a 2 cup a day situation, you know?
So is
Like,
this gonna be a 2 cup a day situation all the way through perimenopause, you think? You just
I
stick on it
think
through
so.
perimenopause,
I
and
think
then
so.
once you're through menopause, then you can decide
Well,
to keep the
then
beans or
I'm gonna
not.
be going on, HRT. I'm just gonna
Right,
switch my HRT, if not sooner than the age of 55, because right now I'm on continuous birth control.
right.
So if I end up HRTing it, I will probably finagle some stuff to see,
Uh-huh.
like, if the HRT can just wipe out some of that other stuff. But as of now, because I am not interested in guinea pigging this situation any more than I already have, um, this is just what it's gonna be. And as of now, the the medical experts say basically birth control till 55, and then you
Ah,
go off it and you switch to HRT or whatever they're calling it now. I think they're calling it menopause related therapy now
oh,
instead
interesting.
because birth control is hormonal.
Right, right.
So, anyway, that was my
Anyway,
24
okay, great.
minute update. How have you been this spring, Christy? And also, I would love an update about the hair stuff that we talked
Oh,
about
I
last
can't
time.
wait to tell you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll keep my update short. Things are good. We did a little traveling over spring break. We went up to British Columbia. It was beautiful. That area is just so pretty and so incredible with the mountains and everything. We did a lot of hiking. Um, very, very good to get away. I forget, I think in New York, when I lived in New York, I would start to feel claustrophobic and like, I gotta get out of the city. I've got to take a break and see some green. I forget living in LA because I'm in my car and because I do have a backyard and things. I forget that I need to get out of the city. It feels
Mhm.
nice to be out of the city, and just being in different energies and out of the energy of LA for a while. So that was great. I'll skip right to the hair because I have so much to say. So they sent me
Th
two big boxes.
This is Prose,
This
who
is
we talked
pros.
about
Yes,
last
sorry
time.
guys, pros. So
They're
remember last time.
custom hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you remember last time it was like dry and I was feeling like it was getting tangly
Yeah.
and I was like, it's long, but it's like the texture feels all off and different. So
Yes.
I did their quiz
Yeah.
and it did a special formula and they sent it to me. So they sent me a bunch of stuff. I'm going to tell you what I have used so far and what I'm continuing to use. So I have tried the hair mask, which I really like, but I've only done
Uh-huh.
it once. I think just because I can't seem to find the time to I
Yeah,
forget.
you gotta have that thing on for a while
You got to remember
before you
in
shower too.
Yeah, you gotta remember in advance of when you're gonna shower. So I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get a system because I did like it. But um, but I've only done it once. I think if I did it like once a week, if I found like a system once a week where I could get it done, it'd be good. I am using their shampoo, conditioner, and then I'm also using their leave-in conditioner.
Okay.
So I've been doing
I don't think I've tried their leave-in conditioner. Oh, is
I
it a
really like
spray?
it. It's a spray.
Yeah, I have used it. Okay, I lied. Yes,
I
I have used it,
really
and I
like
do
it.
like it. Yeah.
I think the difference between okay, so the shampoo and conditioner I really like. When I got the bottle, I was like, "Oh, this is not gonna last me for very long. This is gonna be, like, such an expensive way to do this," but
Uh-huh.
it's actually a lot. Like, 1 pump gets I usually only have to do 1, sometimes 2 pumps to get my hair really sudsy, and my hair's pretty long,
Yeah.
to get my hair really sudsy, um, and then a couple of pumps for the conditioner, right?
Uh-huh.
So it's actually lasting me longer than I thought it was going to, and it
You're
feels nice.
using the conditioner and the leave-in?
Yeah, I'm using
Both.
both.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm using the conditioner in the shower, obviously. Also, by the way, I love the smell. Does all of it smell the same? Does yours smell the same as mine? I don't know.
I asked for unscented, I think,
Oh, I love mine. I love the
since it's
scent. I don't know if
custom. Okay.
every scent is the same or if it's custom. It'd be really fancy if it was custom, but it smells really good. Not but
Uh-huh.
not too heavy and not perfumey. It smells more like essential oil smell.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Uh-huh.
and so I'm using that, and then when I get out, towel dry, spray on the leave-in conditioner, and then comb it through. And when I do that, I've done it without the leave-in conditioner once, and I felt like um it was a little frizzy.
Mm.
And then when I put the leave-in conditioner on the next time, it wasn't frizzy.
Are you blow drying your hair or air drying it?
I'm air drying it most of the time.
Okay.
Sometimes I blow dry it, but usually I'm
Okay.
air drying it.
Interesting. Mhm.
And, like, this is like, I washed it last night,
Uh-huh.
and I
By the way,
haven't
your
done
hair does
anything
look
to it
really
this
great.
morning. It's I feel like the texture now is more like my regular texture from before.
Okay. That's
Like,
great.
I feel like it's back. I feel like this
Okay.
is, like, the texture of my skin or of my hair normally,
Right.
which I love, which makes me
Okay.
happy because it's like it feels healthy and
Mhm.
it doesn't feel like dry and tangly. Like before I was getting like tangles in
Right.
my hair, which
Right.
and which I never had before and I don't have anymore.
Right.
So I really
Well,
like it. I haven't tried the dry shampoo.
oh, you should try the
I
dry
haven't tried
shampoo.
it yet.
It's great. The dry
Yeah.
shampoo, here's a little tip.
Yeah.
Apparently, the best time to put on dry shampoo is
Yeah.
at night so that it
Huh.
absorbs
Uh-huh.
into your scalp by the morning. So you wake up
Okay.
with nice and fresh hair. My phone
Oh.
just dinged. Let me turn it off. Um, and then
Uh-huh.
it's also good to do it before your hair gets too greasy. So, like,
Oh.
you don't want to wait until like day 4 hair wash, like no hair wash. We're just gonna dump that stuff in and pray for the best. You want to do it like day 2 or something.
Okay.
Day 2 night, something like
Day
that.
2 night. So
Yeah,
tomorrow night.
yeah. So
Oh.
that you can extend like another day
Okay.
of
So I'll try it.
freshness. Yeah,
I'll try that. I mean, typically, honestly, I'm washing every couple of days,
right.
so I'm
Well,
not really using the dry.
everyone's hair is different, but
Yeah,
that is what I do like the dry shampoo for, because I used to be like every 4-day kind of
yeah,
shampoo, and now like day 4 I'm like, I could probably go another day, but I haven't been
huh.
just because I don't want to get back into this whole thing on me again. But like just because I have a whole like hair gloss dyeing system right now because I colored my hair and I'm very unhappy with it and with the gray roots. So anyway, that's for another time. I'm not going to go into that right now. But your hair does look really good. But I do
I
think I
feel
have a suggestion for you for how you can hair mask more.
yes, tell me.
So, because the hair has to be wet
Yeah,
when you hair mask, which is why it's like such a pain in the ass, because like I'm in the shower. What am I gonna do? Just sit here for 10 fucking
right,
minutes while
right.
this works? So, this is what you do. You get one of those spray bottles,
Yeah,
you spritz your hair
yeah,
down before you know you're gonna shower,
right.
right? You clip it up, you put in the stuff, the hair mask,
Yeah,
then you clip it up, and go
Yeah.
about, do your whatever for
Yeah.
10 to 20 minutes, and then you go hop in your shower and do it.
Okay. I have to find I mean, it's gonna have to be on the weekends, right?
Yeah,
Like, it's gonna have to be, like, a
that's
weekend
a
when I'm, like, cleaning or something,
yeah,
and I can do my hair
yeah,
mask at the same
yeah.
time.
Keep it in your kitchen.
Oh, that's smart.
Keep it in your kitchen with the nice little spray bottle, right? And
Yeah.
as you're putting away the dishes, you're gonna be like, wait a second. Wait 1 second here. And then you're gonna spritz down that head of yours. You're in the kitchen, so you don't even have to leave. Scoop up some of that hair mask, throw it into your head, and just clip that shit up, right? Finish with the dishes, right?
Alright, yeah, I gotta do that.
And then what? That's already like 8 minutes right there.
At l
8
Yeah,
minutes.
I mean,
At
at
least 8
least it's,
minutes.
like,
Then by
20
the time
minutes at our
then
house
by
with
the
dishes.
yeah, see? And so there you go. Right there.
Smart. It's my dish thing. I just need a nail thing. I need a
Oh,
saw for my
whoa.
nails.
Well, hey, wait until we get to our potluck. But for now,
Oh,
I know I'm excited to share
okay. Alright.
my idea, my potluck idea. But for now, um, I have chosen a topic appropriate for this time of year,
Okay.
spring.
Great. Great.
Reminding everyone, this is spring. This is the spring episode, not the summer episode. But okay, so I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
It's really kind of a two-parter, but it was inspired by the concept of spring break.
Okay.
I kind of feel like for the Gen X generation, the
Yeah.
Gen X generation, for us, and I think this is all MTV's fault, um,
Yes.
that our idea of spring break
Yes.
has to be like you're at the beach in a bikini getting wasted, like
Yeah.
because of fucking MTV. Um,
Yes. I think you're
and
right.
like, because I don't think kids today are doing that. They're not talking about Daytona or
I
their
don't think
equivalent of
so.
Daytona. They're fucking rich kids today. Like they're all going to like the fucking if they're going to the Hamptons, and you know what they're not doing? They're not getting like wasted off. They're barely drinking. They're barely having sex today, these teens. So anyway, I'm thinking of spring break, and I'm
Yeah.
wondering if you had one of those MTV Daytona style spring breaks. So that's you're shaking your head no.
I'm gonna stop you right there. I did not. Like, I'm gonna tell you about some of the spring breaks I had, but they do not include that MTV
You
style
did not
spring
have?
break.
Did you
I did
want one?
not. Oh, sure. I wanted one. Also, I wanted to be one of those girls in the bikinis, but I was so white too. Like, I didn't tan. So, like, my bikinis did not look good. Like, it wasn't like that wasn't a thing. But all of my, high school friends, not, not necessarily all the ones I hung out with all the time, but they all had like their spring break pictures where they would go in this huge group down to Florida and then take pictures in their bikinis on the beach.
Even in
I don't know.
Indiana, they were all going to Florida.
Oh, yeah. It was like it would be like someone's parents would agree to take a group of them, and then someone else's parents would agree to take the other group, and then they would all go to the same place, and then they would hang out, and then you would
Wow.
see, oh, and they also met up with these boys from our high school, and they would all like hang out, and there'd be all these pictures of like these big group of people in our class who would be down in Florida. I was not there.
But what
Poor
about
Christy.
what about in because I was not. I don't even know if like spring break was. I don't think people in my high school's parents were like, sure, go down the shore. Although, what do I know? I was trapped in my basement just playing Super Nintendo, so I have no idea. However, in
Mhm.
college, because you went to
Mhm.
NYU,
Mhm.
were there people going to the Jersey Shore? Because a lot of people went to the Jersey Shore.
I mean, we went to the Jersey Shore, you and I went to the Jersey
That's right,
Shore.
and
That was
that was like
post-college.
a spring break
That was
situation.
definite I think our trip to the Jersey Shore was the most like a spring break
That crammed
that
all
I
spring
have
break situations
exactly.
into
That was my
2 nights,
literally,
ending
when
with
you
Lin
said it, I was
Shen
like, The only
Oh,
one I remember is that trip where
yeah.
we were all piled
You
into that little
you
car.
held my hair back like the best friend you are. That's when I
I
knew
was
she's my girl forever. That
Mhm.
the worst feeling of my life.
Yeah,
All those Long
it
Island
was
iced
gnarly.
teas.
That was that was my spring break, was that.
Oh
Did
god,
we
that
even
wasn't
make
even
it to the
spring.
beach?
That
Did
wasn't
we
even spring. Well, I don't
No
even know
wonder we
when
didn't go
that
to the
was. I
beach.
barely remember anything except that fucking toilet and one sad ass club where I was like, well, here we are at this club, the only people here. I guess we'll dance and get drunk. Uh,
I remember the 7-Eleven and the car and the little tiny hotel room, like, "Oh,
what
okay."
are you talking about? 7-Eleven?
Yes.
I guess I was already too far gone.
We went into the 7-Eleven. We got provisions
Oh
there.
dear. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Okay, well then part 2 of my question, and I will
Yes.
explain why. Because I did have one spring break
Okay.
that was like spring breaky.
Okay.
Um, and it was in college, and I went with
Okay.
some girls from my a cappella group. One of her like one of the girls from my a cappella group and her friends from women's rugby.
Oh,
Um, that's who we went. And it was like a group of 4 of us. We shared a hotel room. We went to South Beach. Very
yeah. Oh,
classy.
wow, South Beach, yeah.
Yeah, I remember, like, looking at that blue water and just being like, "Holy shit, I've never seen water so blue, so
Oh,
clear,
wow.
so
Yeah.
warm."
Yeah.
And it really, like, blew me and blew me away. And, I also got sunburn so bad,
You
because
did.
I don't usually burn. I don't have
Yeah.
skin that burns easily, but I burned, and I remember I had to roll beer cans, ice cold beer cans across my
On the
thighs
sun
because
oh,
it was on the sunburn because it was so bad. But
yeah.
okay, so I was not 21 when this
Uh-huh.
happened. This was
Uh-huh.
my sophomore year? Yeah, it was my sophomore year because it was before I met Abe. So yeah, I was not 21 yet, and
Mhm.
I had to get a fake ID. So
Mhm.
this is my part 2.
Okay.
Fake ID.
Yes, I had
Tell
one.
me, yes, tell me how it happened, how you obtained it, what happened, and tell
Okay.
me about using it for the first time.
Okay. So, I went to NYU and I was in a sorority. And so it was like kind of a thing that the sorority sisters would pass once they reached 21, they would pass their IDs down.
Oh,
So it was
what good
basically like,
sisters.
I
Sisterhood.
know, right? So you would go through, like, I don't know if they had a little file. I never really figured out what that was, but somebody would say, "Hey, you look like so and so. You should use her fake ID, or you should use her ID." And so that
Okay.
became your fake ID.
Mhm.
And then you gave it back once you turned 21,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
But then you also gave them your ID too,
Mm. Okay.
right?
Okay.
So I don't
Everyone
I
just driving without licenses? Okay.
I guess, like, once we turned 21, the agreement is that you would go and get a new ID, and
Sisterhood
then
is
you
more
would
important.
yeah.
Yeah.
So then that was like the thing that you did to support your younger sisters, because so many of the events and things that we did were at bars.
Mhm.
And so, for younger sisters to get in, they had to have fake IDs. And the people, like, at that point, also, it was around a college campus, so I'm sure there was that aspect. I never really tried to use it outside of New York City. I would
I
just
mean,
use
New
it
York City is
there.
like Shark Tank. Like, those bouncers have seen it all. And did you get
Uh,
away with it?
oh, yeah. I never got questioned, but
Wow.
I never used it in a liquor store. I never used it to
Uh-huh.
buy liquor at a
Right.
liquor store. I would use it at, like, a bodega to buy beer, which you were hardly ever carded,
Mhm.
but if I was, I would use it then, and then I would
Mhm.
just kind of, like, do this while they were checking. I'm, like, turning
You're
my
just
head
looking
while they're
looking ar
checking.
here's my profile.
Yeah,
What's that
exactly,
pro
like,
yeah.
grab some snacks while you're at it. Um, but, and I would just use it to get in to
Yeah.
to bars, and I was usually with a group of other people
Yeah.
mixed, like some had real IDs and some had fakes.
Okay.
So
Now, do you remember what your name was and where you were from and your birth date?
no, I was just trying to I remember what the sister looked like. Um,
You didn't know her personally.
I did not know her personally. She had already graduated and was gone by the
Mhm.
time I got her ID.
Wow.
Um, yeah, I don't remember. Do you remember who you were?
Oh, yeah. Well, here's the thing.
Okay.
Are you done with your story? I don't
Yes,
wanna
I'm done.
interrupt you.
Yes. Yes, I'm done.
I'm just surprised that you never got caught. Were you, like, shitting your pants when you did
Oh,
used
yeah.
it for the
The
first
first time?
time?
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. I was in fact, I was like, "Maybe I won't go in." Like, I was with a group of sisters. They had given it to me, like, right before that, before we went out, and I don't even think I was a sister at that point. I think it was a pledge maybe, or
Oh,
maybe I was just a sister, like, I was probably just a sister. I don't think legally they could have done legally, they can't do it anyway, but I
yeah.
think they would have, like,
Legally, they couldn't
done
made
a
me
pledge. Look,
use a
I
fake
mean
ID.
um, but I do remember they gave it to me before, and I spent the whole time in the elevator and walking trying to memorize everything, and, um and I remember, like, getting there and being like, "Oh, this is never gonna work. This isn't gonna work," and I remember one of the other sisters, uh, collecting all the IDs and being like, "Here you go," to the bouncer, and then, like, and I was like, there's no way," and him, like, kind of looking at the IDs and then looking at us and being like, "Alright, you can go," and I was like, "Wait, what? What?"
Wasn't that, like, the highest high you've ever like,
Oh, yeah.
better than any Long Island iced tea? You
It
were too
was
classy
oh,
to drink
I
Long
did
Island
like
iced
Long
tea.
Island iced teas, but yeah, yeah. I was like, "I can't there's no way that this is going to work. There's no
Ugh,
way."
it's such a good feeling when you've bucked the system for the first time. I okay, so I didn't use this because I knew it was a piece of shit, but my
Mhm.
friends from high school, God, I
Yeah.
think we even did this in my fucking basement 'cause my basement had, like, the wall. They made a fucking giant fake ID for the state of New Jersey, okay?
Okay.
Complete with, like, a little blue cutout. You stood in front of the
Uh-huh.
blue little square, right?
Yeah.
And it was and the words were written out giantly typed out, and then a friend of mine would take a Polaroid, right?
Uh-huh.
And then bring it and then a bunch of our other friends worked at the pool where they had a laminating machine. So then they took it to the laminating machine,
Stop it.
laminated the
No.
Polaroid, right? And
Yeah.
then it had a little gold seal on it. And then someone would take their father's poster paints and like use the glitter to
Are
it
you
looked
serious?
it looked like shit, okay?
I was
It
gonna
did
say
not
that cannot
look
look good.
good. I don't
No.
so here's the thing. I I don't think they made one for me because I was like, this is no. And I don't know if it so I don't know if it worked for them, but I do believe they did this in my basement. So that was like my introduction to fake IDs of like,
Right?
you fucking dumbasses. Like, this is not good.
Did they use it? Did it
I'm
work?
not going to jail for this. Let's at least try, okay? Like this is really idiotic.
Did it
Yeah, I
work?
don't
Did they use it?
I think they made them. Did it actually work? I don't fucking know. I
Right,
don't think
right.
I as I said, my parents were very strict with me in high school, so like I was not privy to
Right, to
these
the what was happening there.
situations. Like they were probably gonna go into this drive into the city and
Right,
use them at a bar. And
right.
there's no way they're gonna take along the person who has the 9 p.m. curfew. So I was rejection was protection, back then because my future could be different had I used used those fake IDs. But when I went to the spring break, um, because some of these other people were older, actually all of them were older. They were like juniors and seniors. They had done this, so they felt
Yeah.
they were confident, and they did get me the ID. Her name was Shirley. I feel like
Surely.
And she was obviously Asian, and she was someone's cousins or someone's sister, right? And I remember Shirley did not look like me. However, because she was Asian, they're like, "These you're gonna be fine." But at the same
Ugh.
time, Shirley had this like I don't know what she was doing when she was posing, but she had like kind of like her teeth were kind of like sticking like forward. Like
Oh,
I guess she was
so she had like a
she was smiling. What's that word for when your
what is that
teeth are
word where your
showing?
teeth are showing?
Um
Yeah.
which I've never done for an ID, by the way. So her teeth were sticking forward, but like in a way that was like a little chipmunky.
Okay.
So when I just practiced in front of the mirror looking chipmunky a little
Oh my
like
God,
because I didn't
Lynn.
want to be smiling, but I want to be like, yeah, like a little chipmunky. Like that's just me. That's me. I'm Shirley.
So, like,
And
showing your top teeth.
showing my top teeth a little bit so that I could yeah, I could just no one would question that this was me and I was 21 even though I wasn't. So, I remember South Beach, I remember sunburn, I remember that fucking ID worked everywhere. Everywhere. There was not one place that ID did not work, and I felt like a queen. I was so excited. I remember that was the first place ever too I ever got hit on.
Really?
In South Beach at a bar at a club. We were at a club and someone came up and asked for my number and I was just like not even 21. I kept thinking of like that episode of 90210 when Shannon Doherty goes to is underage and gets into a club
Yes,
and she
I
orders
remember that.
she orders a she orders a she orders a banana fucking daiquiri is what she orders. Because all I
Oh,
knew was like a
right.
pina colada because I
Right.
had virgin coladas. But then I
Right.
was like, oh, you order a banana daiquiri. And the guy in the pilot
Ugh.
who she's with, he
Yeah.
orders. I didn't know this at the time until I worked in a bar, but he said, she says, I'll have a banana daiquiri. And he says, and I'll have a Tanqueray and tonic. Tanqueray, TNT. You know what I'm talking about? It's
No.
that gin. It's a brand of gin.
Oh,
I think it's
right,
called
right, right, right.
Tanqueray. Tanqueray,
Yes, yes.
TANQU something. Anyway,
Yeah,
but
Tanqueray.
he says it, and the way he says it, I thought it was like a
I'll have a
cocktail.
TNT. Right.
Yeah, I thought it was like a pina colada, like a Tarzan drink. But a Tanqueray and tonic was like, oh, like something. I don't know what I fucking thought. But I do remember being like, I'll have a Tanqueray and tonic. And then not liking what I
No.
ended up with.
No, no,
Because,
no.
gin is like, it
It's an
tastes like
acquired
Christmas
taste.
tree. It tastes like Christmas trees. Let's
I do like
just say
G&Ts,
it as a
but it's an acquired taste. I didn't like them at first.
man. But anyway, I felt really grown up that trip. And you
Yeah.
know what? The last time I was in South Beach was for my honeymoon. Abe and I
Uh-huh.
went. So
Uh-huh.
this is more than 20 something years ago. And I don't think I need to go back to South Beach. However,
Yeah.
I have some pretty fond like
Memories.
memories. I have some pretty fond feelings despite the sunburn, like of what it feels like that freedom
Yeah.
of that blue fucking water. And you know how everyone like stays up late in South
Yeah.
Beach?
Yeah.
They have dinner at like 9 p.m., which is when I
Yeah.
go to when I'm like in bed already with my mouth garden. So
Right?
what would that be like? Would it feel like the fountain of fucking youth to go back to South Beach and live like that for a day
I
or
think you
two?
have to try it. I think you gotta do it.
I don't think Abe is dying to do that. But at the same time, I'm like, you know, I came close to booking a movie that was there last year. So you never know.
You never know. They
You never
actually
ever know.
so Jeff's, older brother and my sister-in-law lived down there for a long time, so we've been down there actually quite a few times. They have a
Oh,
really great, like, food hall down there. There's a lot to do before 9 PM. I'm just saying there is a lot to do.
I
Um,
would do all of it.
all of that stuff. Yes, exactly. And, also just, completely off not off topic, but not on the South Beach topic, I remember that my fake ID was New Jersey.
Mine was California.
Was it really?
Yes.
Oh, yay.
Wow.
Yeah,
So,
mine was New
do you
Jersey. It
remember a
wasn't a
gold
Polaroid.
seal? Do you remember a gold seal?
Yes.
I'll tell you this, those Jersey licenses,
Mhm.
even though, like, they laminated them, you know how lamination is clear?
Mm.
They're the Jersey ones around that time, they had,
Mhm.
like, a foggy, glassy,
Mhm.
white,
Mhm.
milky kind of lamination, so there's just no way. Like, it's
Yeah.
just very obvious.
Yep.
They're like, "This isn't that easy to to replicate." But what do kids do now?
I don't know because I was just thinking that. We're not quite there yet. I was just thinking, this is gonna be a few years away, right? Maybe I have till college, but, maybe not. Um, I don't know what they do now
Yeah.
because it's hard to replicate IDs now. Like,
Yeah, I feel
there's
like they've
all
got
those, like
they can do shit. By the way, when's the last time
Yeah.
you got carded?
I feel like I got carded. I did get carded at not at a restaurant, like, at a grocery store or something, but I feel like he was being nice.
Yeah?
I think he was being nice.
I
I
think
think he
you
was
think
new.
he might have been hitting on you.
Maybe,
Let's find
maybe.
out
I, like,
let's
chalked it
find
up
out
to,
her
like
address and oh, Jesus Christ. Let's find
Could
out
you
her birth
imagine?
date.
Somebody has been calling me. No. Um, yeah, I think he was being nice. I was very
Okay.
happy when he carded me. I was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
yes, of course. Let me
it's
get that
true.
for you."
I it happens every now and then, but I will tell you that
Mhm.
I was at I was going into a show. And I, like, barely ever remember to bring my ID anymore,
Mhm.
anywhere.
Mhm.
And if they do card at a show, I'm always like, "I'm not drinking, so
Right.
whatever." And then
Right.
they also have, like, real IDs on your phone now, so, like,
Right.
no point. However, I was at something where, they were carding it was at the, Masonic Lodge in
Oh,
the
yeah.
Hollywood Forever Cemetery. I was going to see a
Yeah.
show there. I remember the guy was such a dick. The bouncer was, like,
Really?
such a, like, wielding his power kinda thing. Oh,
Yeah.
because, like, because you had to line up, and I wasn't lining up into to his preference or whatever, and I remember oh, so I couldn't find my ID,
Yeah.
right? So I started, he started asking me questions like, "What year were you born?" And, and I don't know why I couldn't remember, but I stuttered or something, and then he was like, "Oh, yeah?" And then he started, like, harassing me, because I was so, like, startled, like, "You're really asking a 46-year-old woman? Like, how old she what is happening?" Like, I was just so, flabbergasted, and
Yeah.
he was doing and I remember I finally found my ID, right?
Yeah.
And I handed it to him, and I could tell that I was a lot older than him, and he had just harassed his
Harassed you.
elder his
That's right.
elder,
That's
his
right.
probably someone old enough to be his mother. And he had this look on his face like, "Oh, she wasn't lying." But also I was like, "That's right. Crazy." Alright, we'll move
You're
on
both
from
offended and,
I was offended
flattered
and also
at the same
like, "Let's talk."
Yeah.
Um, alright, so we can move on from this.
Okay. All
We can
right.
move on.
Okay. That was a good topic. I like that.
Thank
So
you.
now let's do potluck. And this is where we each share a discovery that we're excited about lately. So you want to go first? You
Yes,
want to
I'm
tell the
gonna
potluck?
share I feel
Okay.
like I just was talking forever, but I will go first because I don't wanna, lose my momentum on what you were saying before about the nail thing. I don't know what your nail situation is. Maybe your nail situation is they're severely damaged and you need to fix them, in which case
No,
this
it's
is not
not.
gonna be it.
No, they're not severely damaged. They are, I've been using that. well, I have it right here. Hang on. This stuff, the liqueur.
Oh,
Right?
right.
You got
Yes.
this, you got the nail concealer for me forever ago. So I use this all the time.
Yeah.
And then I've been using you gave me some of their other ones. So I've been using those and I like them because it's almost like I like the sheer. I use that when I can remember. But they're fine. They just they're fine and then they get really beat up and then eventually I go and get a manicure and then they're good for a while and then they get beat up again. Like that's the kind of but I'm never going to be the person that goes every week to get their nails done or every other. I'm never going to be that
I,
person.
I'm about to hack the system.
Hack it for
Ready?
me, Lynn. This is why
I'm
I hang out
I'm
with you.
I'm with you on, like, I do like those sheer colors that are
Mhm.
basically like concealers, and then
Yeah.
basically, like, when they start to fade, like, it doesn't bother me as much because it's so
Right.
sheer.
Right.
However, that same company, London Town, had sent, like, a while back, and I only recently used it. It's basically, I'm showing you. It's a
Okay.
tiny little USB charged gel system, and
Oh,
it will gel any type of nail polish. So
really?
you have to use a special top coat that they give you, and then
Okay.
you gel it, and
Okay.
then, like, 5 minutes later, boom, you have a gel manicure. Um,
What?
and here's the thing. Okay, so I have tested it out with regular polish, works
Yeah.
great. I have tested it out with those sheer ones,
Right.
works great. It does, they say it comes off with regular polish. This is not entirely true.
What do you
You
use
have to
instead?
well, like, you have to soak
Oh,
it,
we have to soak it.
like
Yeah.
they want an acetone-based
Right, right, right.
polish
Okay.
polish remover, and you still have to soak it for quite
Right.
a while in order to get
Right.
off. So it's still, like, a little bit of a pain in the ass. That said, a lot better than scrapey scrape, right?
Right. Right.
However, this is my hack. I have 2. First of all,
Yeah.
I because I don't love the, like, I don't like because they last for so long that I
Yeah.
don't love when they start to grow out, and I don't wanna,
Yeah.
like, redo my nails. So I have this hack. I got myself these cute little show you, these cute little tiny stickers. Like, they're little stickers, nail
Oh, that's
stickers. They're
cute.
little clear, like, um, flowers and birds and whatnot, right? And I
Uh-huh.
just, like, stick the stickers on so
Uh-huh.
that it's, like, clear so that when it grows out,
Right.
it doesn't, like, cause a line. It just is a cute little flower that just moves up as
Oh.
it's just like it's really cute. And instead of, like, having to get nail art. And what's great is I just put it on the sticker, put the
Yeah.
gel top coat,
Yeah.
I gel it, and it
Yeah.
lasts. So, like,
So,
that's
okay, so do you put so you're saying do you put a color first, then the sticker, then the
I
gel
will do
coat?
I sometimes I'll do a little sheer whatever,
Okay. Okay.
um, and then do it, but lately I've just been doing this, and then there's something weird that happens. I think it's because of the sticker part of it.
Yeah.
I don't even need to scrape it off or anything, because after quite some time, the sticker is just like, "I'm coming off,"
And it just peels off.
and it just peels off. It'll just, like, I'll wake up in the morning and my bed will have a few stickers after a certain amount, but it stays on for quite some time.
Do you how's the health of your nails? Because I didn't do gel
Okay,
because my it tore up my
that's
nails.
that's the other thing, is that, like, you still have issues
You do?
with yeah, but here's the thing, I'm always having issues with my nails,
Yeah.
so I don't think it's just gel. I think
Okay.
it's, like, perimenopause. I'm just gonna blame everything on perimenopause. Although since the beans, they've been looking pretty good. Um, this is my hack. This is the real hack. It wasn't the sticker. The real
Oh,
hack
okay. Okay.
is going to get your nails done professionally,
Yeah.
right? Get
Yeah.
yourself that cheapy
Yeah.
manicure,
Where they
right?
shape your nails.
Where they shape your nails and whatever, and paint them a color.
Yeah.
You immediately come home and you
Yes.
immediately put this on and you immediately gel it yourself. You just
So
saved
that it
yourself
stays.
yeah, you just saved yourself $20, girl.
I'm
And
into
then
it.
and
I'm into
then
it.
you can remove it with regular acetone, whatever,
You don't have to pay for them to
polish. You don't have
remove
to
it.
pay for them to remove it. That is my
So
hack.
what is the cost of this
Okay,
thing and
this
the
thingy
top
is
coat? Yeah.
$22,
Okay.
and the
Okay.
top coat is also $22 or 20-ish
Okay.
dollars, which is the price of one gel manicure
Exactly.
when you think about it.
I'm excited
That is
about this. I
that's
wanna try
that's my
it.
I can lend this to you because
Okay, lend it
honestly,
to me. I'm
I
gonna
don't feel
try
like
it.
putting acetone on my on my nails that often. However, if I had a special occasion,
Yeah,
I
that's what I
would
was gonna say.
I would not I would not be going to get a full-on gel mani.
Right.
I would do this system.
I think I would do it, like, this summer when I travel so
Yeah,
that I don't have to worry about them the whole time that I'm
right.
traveling.
Right.
That's smart. Okay,
That is
I'm gonna
my
borrow it and try
that's
it.
my thing. What is
Okay.
yours?
I love it. Okay. Okay, so I just got this. I've used it twice. I've been eyeing it for a while. It's gonna look weird. So do you see it? Comes in this little case.
I know
So
exactly what that is.
do you know what this is?
They use that on me during my facial massage to
Okay.
clean it.
So it's a facial lymphatic brush
Uh-huh.
and it's super soft. I was really
Yeah.
worried like is it going to like pull my skin and stuff and cause wrinkles? It's super soft. It's like kind of reminds me of like a horse brush, honestly. Um, but it's really soft and it goes like I won't do it now because my face is dirty, but I just kind of go along the areas and then pull the lymphatic stuff down. Like so I do
Uh-huh.
it in the morning. Okay. So I get up in the morning, wash my face, right? And my face is like a little bit tired or whatever. And I
Yeah.
take the brush and I go quickly. It takes me like not even 5 minutes total. And I go like kind of down my neck and then
Mhm.
I go like up to my ear and across my cheek to my ear, and then I
Mhm.
go over the eye, like the eyebrow
Yeah.
to my ear, and then I go like up, like on the
Uh-huh.
forehead, and then
Uh-huh.
I pull like I come over here and I pull down towards my neck with like from my ear, like above my ear, down towards my neck and down,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
swear it just kind of takes away the puffiness.
I swear to God, you just doing it over and not even doing it, I feel
Did
like
something.
one side of your face
I
just
know,
did something.
right? It's like and you don't have to do it very hard. Like, I thought about it a lot because I was like, "Is this really?" Because I have gua sha,
Yeah.
right? But this is a very different feeling than gua sha. Gua sha feels like, um, you're really working out the muscles. Do you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, you're really kind of, relaxing and releasing muscles. This just feels like you're just moving through, like, fluid, and you're just kind of like it's like brushing your hair. You're just, like, kind of brushing your face a little bit
Mhm.
and moving
Mhm.
things through, and I
Mhm.
swear I see a difference. Like, now I've started to do, like, more gua sha stuff in the evening to kind of, like, release, like, the muscles around my temple and in my jaw and things like
Mhm.
that. Um, and it doesn't really work around the mouth. Like, the gua sha is still good around the mouth to kind of release those muscles and things.
Mhm.
But this is like a quick morning, like, I can do it anytime. I don't need oil. The only thing I have to do is just wash my face
Oh,
first.
that is good that you don't need oil like
You
with
don't
gua
need oil.
sha.
You do it on so you wash your face. Make sure you wash your face. So you wash your face, and then once it's dry, you just do this quickly, and then you put your stuff on.
Do you have to disinfect this brush?
Yeah. So I haven't figured it didn't come with any instructions. None.
Oh.
So I'm gonna look up how to do it, but I think you probably do it the same way that you do like the dry brushes, which is just like a little mild soap, and I put like a tiny bit of tea tree oil in it
Oh,
to
that's smart.
disinfect.
Yeah.
And then I just like kind of soak it for, like 30 seconds or something like that and kind of run my fingers through it and then rinse it and then let it air dry.
Where did you get this?
I got it on Amazon. It was like
Okay, can you
they
send me
have
the
all
link?
these yes, I'll send you the link. This is like a cheapy one, it's like $7.
You got a knockoff.
I got a knockoff because the other ones are so expensive. They're like $70 for a face
Okay.
brush. And I was like, I'll just try this. If I'm out $7, I'm out. My biggest concern was that I wasn't sure if the bristles would be soft enough, but they
Right.
are. They
Hmm.
totally are. And it comes in a little case.
Mhm.
And I was also thinking, like, I always hate to bring my gua sha with me when I travel because I'm always afraid it's going to break.
Yeah.
Like, I have, like, a stone one, and then you
Yeah.
have to bring the oils and everything, and it just feels
Yeah.
like too much. So this is a good option for traveling too, I
Hmm.
think.
I like this idea of that. I had to stop doing gua sha,
Mhm.
because I started to get little I wouldn't call them zits, but, like, congestion. I started getting
Yeah,
congestion from the oil
yeah.
during the winter, ironically, during the winter.
Huh.
Um, even though, like, during the summer, I did the same thing and it wasn't, but I think just I don't know, it was just too much for my skin during the winter.
Yeah,
So I stopped doing that. And then I
yeah,
went and I got myself during a sale. Have you heard about the TheraFace TheraPlush wand?
yeah,
It's like a
yeah,
heating, but the same thing. It required too much oil and upkeep, and I'm already doing red light. I'm already doing
yeah.
other stuff. I was like, this is too expensive to do, so I returned it because I was like, this feels nice, but at the same time, I don't think I have another 10 minutes. This I like the idea of because you don't need oil.
No.
I wonder if it would give me congestion. But I
I don't
do like the
know.
feeling of stuff.
You could also take like I was thinking about this before. I was thinking I might take like what is that how do you pronounce it? Micellar water or
Micellar
that?
water. Yeah.
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 I was thinking like I might take a little cotton pad of that afterwards and just like go over
Oh,
it
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
whenever I do gua sha, I have this, microfiber face cloth that
Uh-huh.
I use afterwards to I get it hot, and then I take the oil off with that, and it takes
Mm,
off the extra oil, and then I actually wash my face afterwards because I was getting congestion too from
okay.
it. So it's a long process. It's like you have to wash your face, then put the oil on, then do the gua sha, then take the microfiber and wash all the oil off, and then
Right.
and then do that. So my skin's not a skin that you can just leave the oil on.
Right.
Um, but this feels much easier. And so I, I just haven't been doing the gua sha as often because of the time, but still want something that like wakes my face up a little bit. So this feels like I could do gua sha a couple days a week and then do this the rest of the time and it would be easy.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it so far.
Do you ever, dry brush your body?
Yeah. I do.
I don't do that nearly enough.
I like it, but I don't like the really stiff ones
I don't like
that
the really
tear
stiff
my
ones
skin.
either,
I
but
like much softer ones.
okay.
I
Maybe
don't
if
know
I
if
had
that
a
does
softer
anything.
one, I would do it. But yeah, I feel like it doesn't do anything
I
unless
don't
it
know if it does
hurts.
anything. Exactly. I think that's the thing, but I'm like, I won't do it if it hurts, so then I'm just not doing it. So now I'm just doing it with the soft one.
All right. Well,
So that's it. Okay.
yeah, we did it.
We did it. Thanks for joining us today. We will see you in the summer. Subscribe to us at genxtaste.substack.com. Leave us a rating or review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. You can follow us on social media at Miss Len Chin and at Christy Myers LA. You can also find out about all my nutrition and health counseling things at www.howtochow.com.
That's right. We'll see you soon. In fact, once I stop recording, we are going to set a time for our summer recording, maybe even next week. We'll see. All right.
Eat those beans, guys.
Bye.
Bye.